This is CG Ruthless Sports. I will be brutally honest. Ain't nothing but being brutally honest. Coming at you with another video.
Alright, so here's the title. Are we really sleeping on Nick Zakelj? Which I don't know much about this guy, but you know, the more I watch his tape and the film, the more I like him. But are we forgetting about this guy? Because we just drafted this guy in the 5th or 6th round. So this guy's very intriguing. Comes from a very small college, Fordham University. The San Francisco 49ers were scouting this guy since his freshman year at Fordham, which is crazy, but the guy has versatility. So he can play the center, guard, and tackle, but he's listed as the offensive tackle on the Wikipedia. But I checked out his interview with the media, with the Niners, and they were talking about that maybe he could potentially play center because he was asked about that and how comfortable he would be able to play it. He's practiced it. He's played it. So he's played about anywhere in the position. He's played all 5 offensive line spots, you name it. So can this be the guy that everybody's sleeping on as our starter at center? Because Alex Mack hasn't announced his retirement. He hasn't shown up, so we don't know. Is that the plan? Because the more you watch Nick Zakelj's video, the more you're going to like his style of play. He gets nasty. He gets physical. I think that could potentially be our starting center. Because the more you look at it, he does fit the scheme. So he's a big physical mauler. Him and Spencer Buford are pretty much those versatile guys. But the difference between him and Buford is he can play center. So are we really sleeping on this guy? Because we're talking about the other guys. We're talking about these 2 undrafted guys. You're talking about Donovan West, right? The guy that was a natural center and plays guard in the draft that went undrafted. Then you're talking about the entire offensive weapon in Jason Poole, who can play center and guard and fullback and maybe tight end. But people are not really talking much about Nick Zakelj. So let me give you a reason why maybe he might surprise people. It's just the fact that he comes from a very small college. The level of competition was a little questionable, but who are we to judge? So some of the competition he's played against was against teams in Nebraska, I believe, and then he played Florida Atlantic, which gave him preparation. This kid was not really thinking of pro football at one point. He went to college just to be more prepared of that plan and head of football, but now that football is just in the futures, he's definitely a quick learner, very intelligent. So one thing that stands out about him is he can play anywhere in the spots. Something like Daniel Brunskill. Just a little bigger, more heavy, a little more physical. That's outstanding. But why should we really take this guy serious? He is exactly what we're looking for in the offensive line. A guy who can plug in and start. A guy who can plug in when injuries happen. So Nick Zakelj may not be the most popular name on our offensive lineman, but you might see him become our starter at center at some point this season. Maybe. He can play tackle, guard, or center. So if injuries were to happen, you can plug him in. That's what makes it so interesting. And he gets pretty physical. So he was tested well in the Senior Bowl against one of the best in the competition, and he proved it against guys like Travis Jones and quite a few other guys. So it's kind of like shown that it doesn't matter what the level of competition he plays at, he's going to excel. So I got a good feeling that you might see 2 of our rookies start on season opener at the offensive line. I'm going to go on a limb and say this. You are going to see Spencer Buford start at the guard spot, and Nick Zakelj might just be our starting center. Some people may say Donovan West, maybe, but I think Nick Zakelj will be given a fair chance to compete for that spot because he's Mr. Versatility. He's just like Daniel Brunskill. He'll play all spots if necessary. So you're definitely going to get a much bigger version and cheaper Daniel Brunskill that's more physical, that's a little more tough. and he's definitely going to be very flexible. So it's good that you get somebody like him who can plug in at center, guard, and tackle. It doesn't matter. This guy's going to get in and step in right away. So that's what I like about him. But as far as looking into the tape of this kid, the one thing people are sleeping on the most is just this guy gets very physical. Once he puts his hands on you, you are done. Some may say he has average knee bender, which I don't think it's a problem. He can pull at the next level. He can block solid. He does pretty good. You can just say the level of competition is what it is, but when you look at the guy's film, he's very nasty. He plays at the next level. He can definitely protect this offensive line. He's very intelligent, so he gives you the depth piece you need at the offensive line. So I think as far as this pick overall, I really like the pick because you're gonna need a guy to plug in, and that's a huge plus. So let me know what y'all think about this, Nick Zakelj. I think that this kid has potential to be our center probably this year or the following year. He's got upside, so let me know what y'all think in the comments. But as always, CG Ruthless Sports is out, and you already know. Go Niners.